Pain is not the worst thing. Being left alone with it is. See, millions of people deal with pain every day, but it's that isolation. It's that feeling alone, that feeling of hopelessness that the trauma really sets its teeth in and grips into us. Hi, my name is Armando Cruz, and in this video, we're going to dive in deep and peel back the layers of trauma, pain, and how that relates to loneliness. I want to show you how to take an event that could have been traumatic and take it from anchor to sail so that you can actually move forward powerfully and with clarity. Let me share Dottie's story. Dottie was in pain for many years. She struggled with back pain and nothing seemed to work. She went from doctor to doctor, and all they kept focusing on were the limitations. The things in life that she couldn't do, she wasn't allowed. She carried that shame, that isolation, that feeling of hopelessness because everything she tried didn't work. Add on top of that, everything kept being anchored into pain. Now think about that. When you think of an anchor, what does it do? It grounds you and it doesn't allow you to move from where you are. And that's exactly what was happening with her. She was being anchored in the trauma. I had pain. The pain has been with me. Everything I've tried, nothing seems to work. And who can I go and I talk to? Everything that I've tried, everyone that I've spoken to, all they can see is my limitations. All they can see is why I can't do something. But she was having trouble seeing beyond that because all that was being anchored was trauma. What Dottie thought was the enemy, the pain, was really a message. It was a message to change. Let's break down the myth of trauma. Well, rather, the myths surrounding trauma. And I think the best way that I've ever seen it put that really opened my eyes was this interview that I saw. Mel Robbins was interviewing Dr. Gabor Mate. I believe that's how you say his name. And she was talking about a traumatic experience. She was a kid. She was being sexually molested by another kid. And Dr. Mate stopped her and said, okay, wait, so what happened? And were you able to tell anyone? And she goes, no, I never told anybody. I essentially just kept it in all that time. And he goes, well, that's where the real trauma was. The trauma wasn't, or not that it wasn't traumatic, but the real trauma happened way before that there wasn't someone that she felt safe enough to share this experience. And so instead of being able to heal and move on from this experience, she had to hold it in by herself. She had to stick with it. There was nobody that she felt like she could go to explain, to share what had happened to her, that could just hold her and say, hey, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. And that's when healing starts. That's what he was saying. And I found that really powerful because I see that often in my practice. People come in and they've been told, doctor after doctor, that this pain, they can't do anything about it. And every time they talk to other people, nobody seems to quite understand. And so there's a feeling of hopelessness, a feeling of isolation that I'm in this by myself because the person in pain is constantly feeling this tension, this almost like they're being trapped in their own body. And so what Dr. Gabor Mate was saying is really, if we have somebody that can understand and can help carry the burden of so that you don't feel alone, so you feel understood, so you feel heard, those are the first steps in opening the door. So imagine now when you have that person or you have those people in your corner, it's like you get the key to open the door and step into the process of healing from the trauma of pain, of injury. I think that's what's so powerful. When we can now get a deeper understanding of what's going on behind that, now we get to make a decision. Do we operate in life with an anchor or with the sail? And it's, again, there are going to be periods, right? It's not an either or. It really is an and. But what happens is that when you've stayed stuck in trauma, you drop that anchor and you don't move from there, right? What is the point of the anchor? The point of the anchor is to keep you anchored, keep you exactly where you are. And if what you're trying to do is heal, keeping you where you are is not going to progress you. Now, what the brain says is hey, at the very least, I know what's going on here. I can trust this because I've seen it. And that is kind of like the catch-22 with it. That anchor is that silence, that isolation. It's that shame, the regret, of whatever happened, that's how it keeps you anchored. So then the question is how do we let the sails out? Bring in the anchor, and how do we open up the sails to catch that wind, to progress us forward, moving us forward, and actually allowing us to progress. That's where you can gain more clarity. You can get better direction as well. You have a clearer picture. You have the support of those around you that now healing can begin. And so healing is not an isolation thing. Healing is a community thing, an environmental thing. And a second that you are able to bring that in around you, healing can begin and it can start moving a lot fast, just like a sail that right now is starting to get going. The wind starts picking up as you start putting these things in your environment to help move you along. All of a sudden, the wind picks up and you're progressing, you're healing much faster. So let me share a framework, a 3-step framework to help you turn pain from an anchor into a sail. So number 1, name what you're feeling, what's going on. What that does is that it brings clarity, right? Like, it's so much easier to describe and work on something when you can see it in front of you. One of the best ways to do that is to write. When things are in your head, they're mumbled up. They interact with the stories that we tell ourselves. When that happens, we're not able to clearly move and manipulate them. We don't have the same clarity. They kind of get muffled. So by writing it down, you put it literally in black and white, and you can see it in front of you. You can see, number 1, does that hold true? Is what I'm writing actually true? Number 2, how can I work with this? Because it's so much clearer. It's literally staring you right in the face. So that's the first thing. The second thing, share the load. What I mean by that is create a team, create an environment to help support you on this path, right? People that see you, that listen to you, that understand you, that understand what's going on. A lot of times people are like, oh, that's all in your head. And the truth is that that's not helpful. What you want is somebody to walk you down that path. You want, when you're in that dark cave, that prison of what it feels like of being in pain, that they walk shoulder to shoulder with that light, walking you through that darkness. And number 3, redirect the signal. Remember, pain isn't there to punish you. Pain is a messenger. It's trying to tell you something. So if you're looking for something better to come out of it, we need to ask better questions. Instead of saying, hey, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to help someone else? How can I become stronger as a result of this? How can I become a better person as a result of this? When you ask better questions, you unlock the key to potential. You unlock the doors to what's possible. I want to wrap up this video by sharing, like, you don't have to go through this alone. You don't have to stay anchored down. I want to invite you to have people in your corner, to seek those people out that will bring more clarity on exactly what's going on so that you have more clarity, and then create a plan to move in that direction. And so if you've been stuck in pain for a long time and you haven't found that person, you haven't found that plan, that progress that you're looking for, I want to encourage you to go to Cruz, C-R-U-Z, country.com and sign up for our pain profile analysis call. In that call, we'll peel the layers, gain more clarity so that you know exactly what's going on and what's the steps that you need to take. What's the progress you need to take to get you to the bigger vision of being pain-free, being confident to move, and just feeling like yourself again. I've been Armando. I'll catch you on the next one.